One of the most important people associated with ancient Greece in history is a man named Herodotus, called the father of history. Ancient Greece was the center of many different subjects that have influenced the modern world, Vancouver not excluded. Some of the things that influenced Vancouver the most was democracy, architecture, and key ideas like philosophy and science. Democracy is a form of government in which the supreme power is vested in the people and exercised directly by them or by their elected agents under a free electoral system. This was first instigated by a man named Solon around 510 BCE. He wrote a series of laws about every aspect of life and made it an obligation of the citizens to participate in politics. He divided the people into 5 different classes, and for each class there were certain obligations and also taxes. He introduced the Areopagus, a court, and the Boule, a parliament in which there are 400 members. This influenced Vancouver in how our government works with parliament and also how we, under law, have certain obligations to society, as well as paying taxes. Architecture also influenced Vancouver in how many buildings today show designs from ancient Greece. Most of the best-known architecture of ancient Greece is the temples, such as the Temple of Zeus at Cyrene, the Temple of Hephaestus, and the Parthenon. Other places famous for their architecture are Mycenae, royal tombs in Vergina, and the Keramikos, a place for making pottery as well as a graveyard. Within Greek architecture, there were 3 orders for the architecture of columns. These were Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian. The Doric style was sturdy, and the top of these columns were plain. The Ionic style was thinner, and the top was decorated with a scroll-like design. The Corinthian style was not often used by the Greeks, but the tops of these columns were very elaborate and decorated with the leaves of the acanthus plant. The architecture of ancient Greece influenced modern Vancouver in how we aesthetically decorate our buildings, such as reliefs on walls, and how we add columns in front of important buildings. In the world of ancient Greece, there were several key ideas that were introduced that influenced Vancouver. Some of these ideas, such as Aristotle's views on Earth and what it was made up of, have influenced Vancouver in the area of science. Although Aristotle's theory of the atom, as well as the placement of the Earth in the universe, he thought it was in the center, were disproven, these ideas were still influential in how they were, in their time, great ideas in science. Other people, such as Diophantus, was called the father of algebra, Archimedes, who made the final determination of pi, and Hippocrates, called the father of medicine. There were also philosophers who were able to influence Vancouver, such as Aesop, with fables that even today are still read, and Socrates, teacher of Plato, and had the idea that I only know that I know nothing. All of these people influenced Vancouver scientifically and socially. Without Hippocrates, there would be no Hippocratic Oath for doctors, and without Diophantus, our level of math would surely be different than it is today. These scientific innovations, coupled with the philosophic views of people like Socrates and Plato, have all helped Vancouver develop both socially and educationally.